What is going on, everybody? I was just doing a review of the week, and I just wanted to do a quick little video on pairing higher narrative timeframes with the dots, which are used. I trade them on a 1 minute chart. So how using a higher time frame chart, a higher time frame narrative with the dots is ideally better than just blindly trading one dot entry functions, and an asterisk there. Um, at least I found in 2 years of trading and logging and back testing and live testing and what have you of one dot entry functions, that system alone has a positive expected value if you have the discipline and patience to follow it. Uh, that system in July is up 10R. It had two back-to-back minus 2R losses, so a minus 4R drawdown this past week, and it is still up 10R in July. But that said, for people who use the dots, I recommend using the dots as a confluence in conjunction with other variables, other factors in your trading. And one thing I personally lost sight of, given how on fire the dots have been, is using the higher time frame narrative with the dots. So you look on the right chart. This is a daily chart. So this is this past Wednesday, and so you look at the daily chart. This candle right here is the Tuesday daily candle. You can see it traded into this daily fair value gap, and it could not displace the previous day low. This is very bullish. So we're at all-time highs. The candlestick structure is bullish. And then if you look on the left-hand chart, you might want to skip red dots. You might want to skip shorts in this situation. Now, could you have made money on the short side? Absolutely, but it's about trading with the wind at your back. And I blindly followed the one dot entry function this day, and I was down 1R on this day, I think, on discretion, but I did trade one dot entry function setups. And had I had a better awareness of the higher time frame charts, the higher time frame narrative, these shorts could have been avoided. So the market opens right here, technically, would have been a one dot entry function short on the close of the 1 minute candle. That lines up with all red dots. You're in short. Don't think it had a tick of daylight. And then right here at 946, 946, selling the close of the 1 minute candle. Again, maybe like 4 points of daylight and then stop out. So the one dot entry function, letter of the law, would have been minus 2R by 10 a.m., which is not sweet, but again, using the higher time frame narrative, you just filter these shorts out and wait for longs. Were there other methods, other ways of trading this that you could have participated in shorts? Absolutely. Just this high to low. This was 50%. Trades in minus 23. Comes back to another measured move here. There were three quarters dots, so bearish bias. There were, and EMA's holding below VWAP. There were a lot of ways of participating in shorts, but if you're using the one dot entry function, pairing it with higher time frame narrative is more ideal. So you can see the day keeps going. The day keeps going. When the dots are mixed, it indicates chop, which is what we had. And then you can see the market starts making its turn. Dots turn three quarters green, so now you're slightly bullish bias in conjunction with the higher time frame narrative. So once price starts closing above the VWAP, which is this blue line, with three quarters dots being bullish, London dots down here being bullish, then you can start at least for me in my model, then you can start taking long. So right here, we start closing above VWAP, going into the lunch hour. One dot entry function, letter of the law right here. Buying the close, the 1 minute candle. I'm not sure what the ATR was at the time. Call it 25 points, 21 points, whatever. So you can see this one dot entry function worked in conjunction with high time frame narrative. These shorts would have been avoided. And then going into the afternoon, this is kind of tough because I know how the day unfolded. So this is obviously hindsight trading. But then you can see, London dots turn bullish here. VWAP is holding. And then you can see price makes a good solid move. Dots turn green, and then higher we go. So again, this day, by the letter of the law, with the one dot entry function, was a -2R day. I want to do a better job. I'm going to do a better job of using high time frame analysis, high time frame narrative to pair with the dots. I got complacent, admittedly, because the dots have just been performing so well over the past 2 or 3 weeks. So good to get a taste of humble pie. Good reminder. I mean, I've been trading for a long time, and just good to get humbled. There's always stuff to learn, always lessons to be learned. The market wins every time, unless you stick to your plan and stay disciplined and use all the tools you got, all the tools in the tool belt. So dots bias indicator, 7-day free trial, link in the bio. Code dots is 20% off. Feel free to join the Discord, reach out with any questions, and hope to see you around. Thank you.